I have someone who joined me today for my pregnancy update. I can't believe we're here. It's another update. I just turned 13 weeks pregnant, so today I'm gonna be doing my weeks 11 and 12 week pregnancy update. So here we are. I hope you guys don't mind the change in scenery with it getting dark at 5 p.m. and me working. I don't know when I can film. Weekends are the only time I can film during the day, and sometimes it doesn't get done. So it has to be here in the kitchen because it has the best lighting, and these are my curtains. I hope it's not too distracting, but anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So there was, I think in my last update, I talked about a lot of changes. I had just started feeling better, and then week 11, it got even better. So it was monumental for me because I was pretty much in week 11 able to go back to eating my normal diet. So most mornings I eat hard-boiled eggs because I like the protein, I know they're healthy, and they need to be hard-boiled because I'm working, I'm rushing out of the door in the morning, I don't have time to make the eggs, so it's just quick and easy. So I started being able to eat eggs in the morning, which I felt like started my day off better than just heavy carbs. So I was able to eat carbs in the morning, less carbs in general in my entire diet, more protein, which has just felt so nice. And then I also started eating salad. I love salad, I eat salad all the time, but I obviously have not been able to eat it here for the past 11 weeks or what have you. So it was just so nice to start eating more protein, eggs, salad. Felt good to get back to my normal diet. Also, that weekend of a week 11, it was monumental because I finally was able to stay up on the weekends. So if you guys aren't new to my channel, then you know I like my sleep. Girl needs her sleep, but I recognize that I need my sleep, so I make sure I get my sleep. So I go to bed early. I make sure I get my 8 hours or 9 every single night. And obviously in the first trimester, I was pretty tired. So I was going to bed super early. Even on the weekends, I was barely staying up past 10 o'clock. And even though I like my sleep on the weekends, I like staying up late. Like, I would prefer to stay up late and sleep in if I could. Obviously, you can't do that when you work and have a toddler. So on the weekends, I can sleep in a little bit more. So I enjoy that time, especially with Mike. We'll sit down, watch some Netflix, some shows, you know, that's where we catch up. And it was nice because I stayed up to almost midnight Friday and Saturday night. And it was just, we had so many shows that had backed up because we just had never had time to catch up. So that was nice. I was able to stay up. I felt like it was like major that I was finally able to stay up. And yeah, pretty much that was week 11. I was just able to go back to my normal self. So also, I guess I forgot to mention, in week 11, we had our last appointment at our fertility clinic, which was also monumental. So we went there, everything was great. It was pretty much just, we were there to kind of end things. We got some ultrasound pictures, so I will show you. This is baby A. Baby A. And then baby B. So everything went well with them. I was able to start weaning off my meds. So that appointment was on a Thursday, and then I was able to start weaning off of my meds. I'm sorry guys, if you can hear that clicking noise, that is my dog Reese walking around on the floor. Anyways, I was able to start weaning off of my medications. I ended that on Saturday of that week, so that was exciting. And I got the okay to start working out again, which was nice because if you guys don't know, I do like working out. Working out has always been a big part of me, and I consistently work out. They had me stop right before my transfer, and in August, so like about mid-August I had to stop, and then they didn't want me working out until I had my first ultrasound, and then at the first ultrasound they found that subchorionic bleed, so they told me I could not work out. So I've not been able to work out since mid-August. So I finally got the okay to do that. Obviously started in slow, but it felt good to finally have a little bit of a sweat session because I had just been craving that, so that felt good as well. So the one thing that I do want to address before we get into week 12 is I've had a lot of questions of when we're gonna find out the gender. So we obviously could call up our clinic right now and find out, which actually we don't have to do, because when we got right before the transfer, they called us to let us know that the report was in, that we had 3 embryos that were genetically normal, that had all their chromosomes. And we could have found out the gender then before we were even transferred into me, which was so crazy to think about. but we chose not to. But I did want a printout of that report, just because I don't know if this is like a nerd in me, but I was just curious. The embryos that were tested that were not normal, so we had eight total embryos tested, 3 were normal, so there were 5. I was just curious, like, what was not normal about them, like what genetically, what chromosome were they missing? So I was interested in that. So we did ask for the report, so we got that, so we know what embryos were graded because we chose to put the top graded embryos in. And so technically we have that in our possession, so we could look at that at any time and look at the top 2 embryos to see what they were graded and what the gender was. So we could look at that now. Mike and I kind of wavered back and forth on when to do this. Obviously up to this point, we have not looked. We wanted to kind of wait until we were out of that crucial first trimester before we looked, because we were kind of afraid that if we looked and we knew the gender and then we miscarried, it would make it, I mean, it would be difficult either way, but it would just make it, I don't know, it's hard to explain. So we just kind of pushed it out of our heads and said, we're not gonna worry about this until we have multiple ultrasounds and we feel good about the pregnancy. So here we are, obviously feeling pretty good about it. So we have decided that Mike and I want to find out together, just us. We had thought about finding out with everybody, like on camera. We had thought about finding out with our family, but we just decided that with everything that we've gone through, this was such like a big deal that we wanted that moment of finding out what our last babies were going to be. So we're really excited about that. So we are going to open that envelope, I don't know when, here very soon, and then find out, and then we're gonna share the genders with our families. We're thinking around Thanksgiving, and then we will share it with you guys. So I'm hoping to have it up like right after Thanksgiving, maybe that weekend after, we'll see. But that's kind of my tentative dates. But yes, we are gonna find out here soon, and I am so excited. Okay, so let's get into week 12. I really, this entire week, have felt completely normal. I feel like things got better very quickly. Like with Avery, when I was very sick, and if you don't know, I was pregnant, she was a twin. We had a healthy heartbeat at 9 weeks, and then we went in for a 12 or 13 week ultrasound, and we found out that baby had stopped growing and we had miscarried. So it was like a similar pregnancy. I was very sick, but medications, B6 had worked for her, so I wasn't as nauseous because I was able to take the medications. So the medications worked for her when I was pregnant with her and took away the nausea pretty much. But I didn't start feeling fully better until like week 14 or 15. Like I even tried to go off of the B6 at week 12 and I threw up. So like I felt like it wasn't as intense because of the medication, but it lingered. And this time around, like I started feeling better around week 9, and it just rapidly got better, like very quickly. So, I mean, here I'm in week 12 and I'm eating like grilled chicken and salad, and I barely could touch grilled chicken and salad my entire pregnancy with her. So it felt good to feel normal. I've certainly been hungry week 12. Hunger has been out of control. I feel like there's just days when I'm constantly eating, and I know this sounds crazy, but it's annoying. Like I don't want to eat, and I think I find it more annoying with, like during the day, like I'll have a meal, like breakfast, snack in the morning, meal at lunch, snack in the afternoon, dinner, and then at dinner, and then it starts getting frustrating because right before bedtime, I feel like I could eat a whole nother meal, and I'm like, I just want to go to bed. I'm tired. Like I don't want to eat. So I feel like I'm constantly hungry, but I know that if I'm constantly hungry, that's good because the babies are growing. I'm still peeing a lot at night. I'm looking forward to that going away, but I'm sleeping well still. So that's definitely a plus, and me getting up to pee is not affecting my. So another monumental thing in week 12 was I had my first appointment at my OB's office. And this was just huge for us because the fertility clinic is like a symbol of like, I'm not pregnant, and a lot of like down moments. But when you graduate from your fertility clinic, it's like, I'm normal again. Like I'm a normal pregnant person. And so it was just nice to be able to go to my OB's office and just kind of feel like I'm 12 weeks and I feel normal and it feels good. So I went there. It was just kind of a normal appointment, like nothing earth-shattering, we found out. I will go every 4 weeks for an appointment at my OB's to get an ultrasound. And then they also are sending me to maternal fetal medicine because I guess, and I knew this, that if babies born through IVF have a higher chance of possible heart issues. So they want me to go there and be monitored at least for one like introduction appointment. So probably here soon. And then they want me to go for my anatomy scan at around 20 weeks. And they said likely if everything is good at that appointment, they'll probably just have me be monitored at my OBs and I won't have to go to like dual appointments. So crossing my fingers that everything is good for obvious reasons, but also so I don't have to go to dual appointments, especially when I'm going to my regular OBs every month. But still, I was able to like schedule out all my appointments through February. So it just feels like things are good and it was nice to kind of get settled there. They did get some really good pictures of the babies at my OBs. So let me see, this is, well, I'll just show you guys this picture. We got individual pictures, but oh my gosh, guys, look at this of both of them. Like, if this is not the most sweetest picture of them together, I don't know what is. I just love this picture of them together. So everything looked good there. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump right in to my questions that I do every week. So how far along am I? 11, well, this is for weeks 11 and 12. What are the size of the babies? The size of the babies were a fig and a lime. My total weight gain, still 0, but I'm feeling full here in the midsection, but still 0 weight gain. Symptoms, I just kind of ran through that, but I would say I am pretty hungry all the time. I would say that's really my only symptom, like super, super hungry all the time. Cravings, salty food, still like super salty. I want everything salty. Sweet doesn't really sound like overly exciting, which is so different from my pregnant with Avery. I wanted more sweet stuff with her. So this one, I'm like salty everything. And also cold foods like cucumbers. That sounds random. Like cucumbers and salad, which is good because they're healthy. Like just cold stuff sounds good. And this is not the healthiest thing, but you know what? Out of all things, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. Diet Coke has been, I think that fizzy pop, and I'm not really a big soda drinker, or I say pop because I'm from the Midwest, Ohio, but I'm not usually like a big, I never drink pop ever, but I have been craving it. So once, maybe every couple days I have a Diet Coke. I know it's not the best for me, but it's not the worst either. I'm not gonna stress over it. Aversions, surprisingly nothing. So like this is so weird because with Avery's pregnancy, I had a ton of aversions the entire pregnancy. I mean, there are things that don't sound like overly good, but I wouldn't call it an aversion. So yeah, aversions have passed. Movement, maybe a tiny bit. I'm still feeling those flutters that, of course, I don't know for sure if they're movement, but I feel something, little bubbles, so we'll see. My sleep has still been very good, which is so nice. I am not non-pregnant related. I am not a good sleeper. I have a hard time falling asleep, just shutting down everything at the end of the day. So it's actually like a vacation because it's amazing to like go to bed, lay down, and then fall asleep within 15 minutes because that never happens. So it's just, I love it. And I'm sleeping well all night. The high of the week was graduating from my fertility clinic and going to my OBs. It just felt good. Also to be off my medications because no more progesterone shots. Woo! Feels so good to be off of those meds. And then the low of the week, I guess, like I really can't complain. There's not too many lows of the week. I would say the low of the week would be being hungry all the time because like I said, that can get pretty annoying. Miss anything? I would say not being hungry all the time. I just miss having a normal appetite and not an appetite that is outrageous. And last, what am I looking forward to? My next ultrasound. I think any pregnant woman, you're always looking forward to the next ultrasound. So luckily mine will be in 4 weeks, December 5th. So I'm looking forward to that, to see the babies again and make sure they're doing well, and also finding out the genders. So I'm really excited. I'm excited for Mike and I to have that moment and share it with our family, and then of course share it with you guys. It's gonna be so excited. I'm so excited. I don't even, like I can't even, like I've tried not to think about it too much because if I think about it too much, I get too excited. So I just like, it's here, it's almost here. We're gonna find out, we're gonna know what's gonna complete our family, and I can't wait. So stay tuned for that. So now I will show you my belly.